Apparently when I blocked that into the calendar, I set a reminder.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Just in case.
Hey, Brian, don't forget, tomorrow.
Yeah, 24 hours. Oh, is that tomorrow? Oh, what do you know?
Don't forget, Japan tomorrow. Yeah. Japan tomorrow, today. All right, here we go. Let's record. It's happening. Help, it's happening. It begins in 3, 2, 1. Coming up on TMS, the Pepper Kids.
That's a lot of boop.
I'm glad you said boop and not poop. Tunnel Time.
Trump and Oprah.
The Wire to the Wang.
Therapy Thursday and more on this episode of The Morning Stream.
There's a brand new bubble gum in town. Name a Hubba Bubba. It's soft, juicy, and delicious. Best of all, Hubba Bubba lets you blow great, big, fat bubbles that won't stick to your face. Hubba Bubba! Big bubbles, no troubles.
New Hubba Bubba Bubble Gum.
Skinny at the end, fat on the sides.
The Morning Stream. My bumhole hurts.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to The Morning Stream. TMS for Thursday, June 18th, 2015. I'm Scott. That's Brian. Hi, Brian.
Thursday.
Yeah. It's maybe the fastest week I have on memory. I don't know where this week went.
It really did fly, and I hope next week does not fly as fast.
No, you want it to go nice and slow because you're going to be getting kabuki massages and things like that.
I don't know about that.
Is that even a thing?
I don't know if they offer that in the hotel or anything.
Do I have... Okay, let's get some Japanese stuff straight here. Kabuki, what is that?
That's the theater with the white painted faces and the strong lipstick and stuff like that.
Ah, okay.
Like the Mikado.
Okay. So that's got nothing to do with like massage ladies walking on your back or whatever.
No.
Okay.
What is that?
Is that a thing? That may be a thing. It's not karaoke.
Shiatsu? I mean, we've talked about this before.
Yeah. I just know on MASH when like Trapper and Cockeye would go to Tokyo for some R&R, there'd be ladies in robes walking on their backs, and they always had a word for that.
Yeah. Again, don't do a search for Japanese massage on Google.
Really?
Yeah. I was thinking I'd find the word, but boy, the holy mackerel, I'm not even getting pictures.
Yeah. Don't look that up.
Yeah.
Why is that? I don't know why I'm getting that. That's weird.
So I don't know what that's called, but there you go.
Shih Tzu. It's Shih Tzu.
Shih Tzu, right.
Yep.
It's not Shiatsu.
No.
It's a small dog.
Well, it's good to be back, and we're excited for you. I know we have another show this afternoon, but in some ways, because this is the morning edition of the show, it feels like this is your last episode before embarking on the great adventure that is Brian in Japan.
Yes, I can't wait.
You'll be big in Japan.
Velvet Shock asks, with your love of music, Coverville, will you be doing karaoke? And my response is, no, because of my love of music, I won't be doing karaoke.
See, now that surprises me because I know when you go to Vegas, you do it. You'll do it here, right?
I don't know if I'll do it there. But,
okay.
I certainly wouldn't mind seeing it. I don't know if I'll get up on stage and sing, but
well, here's what you don't do. Don't do it in China, because when I was in China, turns out when you say, do you want to go to karaoke, it means something very different there.
Really?
It's still a bar where people can sing on a karaoke machine. That's true.
Yeah.
But it implies that you're going there for the hookers.
No way, really?
Yeah, for the ladies of the evening, yeah. And as it turns out, they're ladies of the all day over there. So
ladies of the all day.
Yeah, ladies of the every minute of the day. And I didn't know that. So when I got taken to a karaoke bar, that was way less about the music or the bar or the food or anything else, and it was way more about, you like a girl? You want girl? You like girl? That was I got asked that 50 times, and one guy says, you like girl? I said, no. He goes, oh, you like boy? I'm like, no, I don't want any of this. I'm good. I'm married. I'm fine. I just want to hear somebody sing. I just want to hear somebody sing Feelings right now. Can someone do that? Because this is karaoke in America. That's what we do. They really do. It's very
I would love to see like what kind of list. Like, all right, no girl, no boy. Penguin? You like penguin?
You like a penguin? they're very good. They in season. Like it was always this push to get me to. This happened a lot while I was there. Everybody, like the factory owners, when we were touring these factories, I was doing this technology thing for this company I worked for.
Yeah.
And they would say it was always very businesslike. Like this is our main manufacturer line. We make many product per day. So many thousand. This and that. Very serious. Very. Our people wash hand before working on electronic this and that. And we're like, oh, yes, very impressive. And then he would say, okay, we about done. Now, who want to go get hooker and go to bar? Like, it was just
really?
this. Yeah, very.
He was being dead serious. He
dead
wasn't like,
serious. Dead serious.
Wow.
And I think what it was is they are used to these white American businessmen in suits showing up in China, getting away from their families, their wives, their lives, and feeling like it's just a big, it's Pinocchio in the park or whatever. What does that mean? Pinocchio in the park.
Nice.
I don't know what that means. I guess I'm thinking of Pinocchio going to the what do you call it? What's it called? The fun park thing. No, where he becomes a donkey. The part of the story where he goes to the big amusement park.
Oh.
And everybody's all excited to go in there, and then his friend turns into a donkey while he's there. And how's that go?
I don't know.
I swear.
I guess it's been so long that I've seen Pinocchio that I can just remember the whale and Geppetto, and
right.
I don't know. Pinocchio in the park.
I don't know what it means. But it was really distinct. And every
The
time
master thespian, he'll be doing Pinocchio in the park this Friday.
And every time it was downtime, it was offer to take me to find girls. Or boy, if I said I didn't want to. Mm-hmm. They would say that. They'd go,
"Oh,
sure. No, I'm fine, thank you." "Oh, you're like a boy? You like a boy?" I'm like, I don't want to know about your endless supply of girl and boy.
Right.
Leave me out of this, man.
Whatever you've got handy, sure, okay.
Yeah. And I had a friend who I worked with who went there on his own for a separate trip and completely indulged in this "you like girl" moment.
And got girl.
Yeah. Oh, he got girl, all right. And also some weird wart thing. And also a divorce. So he got a lot out of that. Good times for him. I wonder where he is right now. I shouldn't say his name. I may listen. Who knows? Anyway, I've always been surprised about who follows me.
His name is Schmandy Schmorden.
Schmandy Schmorden. That's it.
Schmandy Schmorden.
He goes by Machete at night. So
Chipotle Machete.
Chipotle Machete. Or as Eric would say, Chipotle Machete.
Chipotle.
All right, Brian, let's just get into it here. I got a funny story for you. I promise people at home, I'm not out to find experiences like this. They come to me. I really don't. People have been emailing in all their ideas for funniest moments and stuff, and honestly, with my schedule, it's gotten me no closer to clipping something out. But it's very nice of everyone to be suggesting things, and I'm going to try to do that today. But the point is, yesterday, I'm down here working in ye old studio, right? Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Working away, I got stuff to do. Got a little
As
art.
one does.
Yeah, got some art to get done. I had to do a big 2-hour wrap-up V3 with Patrick, which is up on the feed now. You guys go check that out. Man, the feedback on that stuff's been great. Really glad people like it, yeah. We weren't sure. We kind of thought we would be killing people by now.
How could it... Oh, just because of so much?
Mm-hmm.
Just because there's so much information?
Yeah, I mean, we put up probably 6 hours of content one day.
Mm-hmm.
And,
wow.
And people are saying it's their favorite. It was E3 for them. And I'm like, whoa, easy there, Chief. Slow down. So anyway, it's very nice people to say. But anyway, so we're doing that yesterday. And I'm finishing some stuff up. And I'm like, man, I really should eat something. Take off the headphones. And I hear upstairs, like sounds, okay? Like rumbling around. Like, nobody's here. Kim's got the kids. They're off downtown somewhere. Like, what's going on? Mm-hmm. I go upstairs. And 4 of Nick's friends are sitting at my dinner table. There's nobody there. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, 5. 2 girls, 3 boys.
Okay.
Sitting around this table. They're all Nick's friends that all hang out. They're nice kids.
Sure.
But they're sitting there on their own. No one else in my family's here. No right. Nick, no Carter, no mom. Just that they're sitting around a table. And Now it gets worse. I come up to the table and they're all watching one of the kids intently. I'm like, whoa, hey, what are you guys doing? And they look at me and they're like, we're eating peppers. And I went, what the hell is happening? So I walked toward the kitchen. They've gone to the store. Here's the backstory. They all went to the store down by the theater and they bought a big tray of fresh ghost peppers.
Oh, God.
They brought them to the house thinking Nick was home. Doors unlocked, I guess.
Okay.
This is the part that really concerns me. The door's unlocked, and so they just came in. They're all sitting around the table, and they were going to come, and everybody was just going to challenge each other to eat these ghost peppers and down a bunch of milk and stuff, and Nick was supposedly going to be involved in that, but Nick's not there. So they decide, oh, he's not here, we'll just do it anyway. So they come into the house, they plop down at the table.
Because you got milk, right? They brought the peppers.
Yeah, we have milk. In fact, here's the... Oh, you're going to love the part about the milk. So they're sitting around the table, and the one kid's just getting done about killing himself with a pepper. Mm-hmm. And it's the next kid's turn. And they've got a big stack of milk, and they have all of my hot dog buns out, so they can eat the hot dog buns to
absorb the milk to...
to help.
I'm hearing some weird echo on my voice all of a sudden.
Oh, are you? Weird. Why would that be? That's strange.
You're not hearing it.
No, but I can pause you and unpause you.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that. Hold on here. Resume call. All right, how about now?
Oh, good. It's gone.
Okay, good.
Skype there.
Skype lost track of itself. Mm-hmm. So, eating buns, drinking my milk.
And eating their peppers.
Eating a pepper, right? And these girls are there who are really sweet girls. I love these girls. They're super nice. They're good for Nick. I like them. And I said to them, why are you guys here? They're like, oh, we just wanted to watch. I'm like, all right. I still don't understand why everyone's here without knocking on a door and my kids aren't home and you're in my house eating peppers and drinking my milk. I still don't get that part. And eating my hot dog buns. Gosh dang it.
Right. What am I supposed to do with my hot dogs now?
Yeah. So these kids are dying. They're like, oh my gosh, and they're gurping down the freaking milk, and they look like they're gonna puke. And I'm like, you are not puking in my house. If you got a yak, you're going out the back door. And then I realized, oh wait, the dog's back there. Don't go that way. Go the other way because that dog will eat it. So I'm freaking out. Like, what are we doing? Why are we doing this? And I still, to this moment, don't exactly understand what happened.
Oh, seriously? There's never any answer, no closure.
No, they're like, well, I guess I gotta go. My mom, I gotta play. And that's one of these kids is in a play. I gotta go to rehearsal. I gotta go. I'm like, all right, see you guys.
So Nick never showed up and...
No, he was downtown. He didn't have his phone even. I couldn't even call him and ask him what the hell was going on. I called Kim, and she's like, what's going on? I said, I don't have any idea, but they're drinking milk. And Kim goes, oh, no, that's not good. I said, why? She goes... I bought that milk, especially it's like the thickest vitamin D like whole milk you can get because she's making fettuccine with a neighbor tonight. They're making a giant batch and then they're splitting it up and like 4 families are going to have fettuccine.
Oh no, so it's like special like
cooking
whole milk or something, right? Like,
yeah, cooking milk, and it's like $7 a gallon because it's some special brand. So they're in there drinking this milk, and I'm like,
these kids might get sick not from the not from the ghost peppers, but from the richest milk they'll ever consume.
From the ghost milk, basically.
Ghost milk.
And they got done with the gallon. I said, oh, okay, we're good. That's it. I just found out from Kim you can't drink all this, so she's got to go buy another milk thing. So thanks for drinking and eating about $10 worth of goods here in the house.
Just leave the money on the table, kids. That's about $2 each from each of you.
Yeah, get the H out of here, basically. Yeah. And I've learned a lesson. I'm gonna keep that door locked from now on.
Jeez,
because what the hell?
Tristan's friends. Tristan has been known to bring his friends over, and then offer to go get more friends. And then leave his friends here unattended. Like, all right, I'm gonna leave for a little while, and we're kind of just stuck entertaining them. Hey, want to watch us? Want to watch us watch Orange is the New Black? Great, have a seat.
Yeah, it's
great times.
It's there. I mean, you want to be the Kool-Aid house. You want to be the place where they can come and be comfortable and not be in trouble and doing stupid stuff. Yeah. Sure, where a kid can be a kid, right? And you can give them Kix cereal because it's mom approved or whatever. All the stereotypes we've learned to believe and embrace in our adult lives. It's just it was a weird deal. But one of these girls that he brings over, I just think the freaking world of. He could marry her one day, and I'd be really happy. Sweetest, nicest girl. Oh, she's great. If I was in high school, she is exactly the personality I would want to have dated, but she would have never dated me because I was a nerd.
Well, is Utah one of those states where you can do arranged marriages?
No, it's not. Damn. It's not one of those.
It's not one of those. I know there's like 11. There are 11 states.
Are there states where that's...
No.
Oh, okay. I mean, I know some people still... I have an Indian friend who his marriage was arranged even though he went to high school here. His very traditional Indian parents, Eastern Indian parents, dot not feather, arranged his marriage with some lady back in India. And
really?
They're still married, yeah.
And it worked out all right?
Yeah, they're together. They got 4 kids.
I guess when you grow up with that, when you expect it, then there's just things you don't look for in the relationship that you don't have to worry about it, right? You know, it's like,
I mean, the culture back in the day, that was the dominant way.
Right.
Our way of doing it, relatively new, I think. This sort of Anglo do what you want, sort of marry who you want kind of thing is newish.
Just crazy too.
There's some history guy right now listening, going, "You guys,
you're totally wrong. I'm writing a letter.
I'd drink your thick milk too if I knew you." What else? Real quick, I mentioned that Boop thing. You want to hear that stuff with me and Patrick? You're into video games. You want to hear the wrap up of the E3 week? Go to frogpants.com/boop. That's BOOP. And give it a listen. Also, swag bags and stuff for Nerdtacular are up on the store and available to those who can't come. Now, I want to make this clear. If you have tickets and you're coming, don't go buy a swag bag on the store because you're getting one already when you come. That's part of your
Unless
ticket.
you want 2 swag bags.
Well,
Maybe
I suppose so, yeah. If you want extras, sure, that's one way to do it. But if you are not coming or can't come or whatever your reasons are, but you want to have a little piece of it, and it really does help support the show and make it happen, go to frogpants.com/store.
Cool.
Pick those up today. All right, Brian.
Yes.
I guess that's all I had. Do you have anything up top here? I just feel like Japan looming like this.
I know. It's like I'm on the cusp of having some great stories, but the only thing really that's happened at our house recently is we had a baby bird that fell out of his nest in our... So, all right, we've got a back porch, a covered porch, and in that porch we've got 2 outdoor speakers because, by golly, I have to listen to music everywhere I damn go.
Of course.
And they nest behind those speakers. A really dumb place for birds to nest, but hey, whatever.
What attracts them there? Is it the vibration, do you think, or something? Or is it just it's a nice little place to
No,
hide?
It's the fact that all winter long we're not out on our patio, and it seems like a good place for birds to nest. So we never have our music on while we're in the wintertime because we're never out there.
Gotcha.
But once it starts getting warm outside, like it is now, it's like, oh, now we want to turn stuff on, but we haven't yet this season. Yet the birds still nest back there, and they, every once in a while we'll look over there, and the mama bird's there with doing the feeding thing, and you see all of these little heads pop up with their beaks wide open, super cute.
Yeah, nature.
Well, nature. So yesterday, out running around in the backyard, and I'm noticing the dog is very intently focused on a spot in the grass, and she's doing the thing where she's got one leg up, kind of pointing kind of thing.
Okay, like
you ever seen that, like where a dog like stands 3 legs down, and one leg kind of up and just like focused.
Oh yeah,
like he's rearing back to punch something. Sure enough, there's a baby bird in the yard, and he's got his wings out, like he's either defending himself or he fell or whatever. So we get the dogs in the house just so they don't, they get excited and they're liable to just stomp on them accidentally.
Yeah.
So we get the dogs in the house, put the bird in a little shallow cardboard box with some tissue paper in the bottom, a little thing of water, and then kind of set him in a place where he's not going to get stepped on by the dogs, but where he can, if he's ready to leave the box as he was the nest, he can take off. And took a picture of him, put him up on Facebook. He's a little ugly dude.
Yeah, they always are.
And came back a couple hours later, and he was gone. So we looked around to make sure he didn't just, fall underneath the little raised up thing that we had him sitting on. And he sure enough wasn't. I mean, he'd gotten out of there, taken off, and hopefully flew away.
That's awesome. Look at you guys saving nature one bird at a time.
So that's it's no punchline at the end of that story. But
I like it. A very happy little story.
It's certainly a little happy story.
The dog doesn't have a bird-eating grin on his face right now, right?
No, he does not.
Okay, good.
She does not.
Because you never know with those things. All right, well, good times. Peppers and dogs notwithstanding, let's give Daryl and Corinne a call.
All right.
Today ends our Doctor Who trivia time.
Yay! I mean, yay that it's Doctor Who trivia time, not that it's the last one.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I actually had an email about Doctor. Oh, I do have it. We're going to read it to them.
There it is right there.
Yeah. I couldn't remember if I put it in, but I did. So we'll play that here in a second. We have this. Corinne, are you there?
I am.
Hi, happy Doctor Who last day.
Aw, that's not happy.
I know it's not too happy. It was really fun. I really have enjoyed this week.
It has been a fun week.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it a lot. Not that we don't enjoy it.
You should go to YouTube and try to find the original Doctor Who theme and play that.
Yeah, you think I should play that? You like that one? All right. Hold on.
I just think you should see the huge difference.
Okay. Well,
yeah,
the metal one. Yeah, I'm sure it's very different.
Yeah,
Let's try this. Doctor Who.
In the meantime,
theme.
I'm going to draw a little TARDIS and send it to you on your watch.
I don't believe that that's going to be a TARDIS.
That's a sword or a penis, one of the two. Here's the 63 original theme. Here you go.
We'll do some.
I can only hear it through one ear. So
do some electricity lightning coming out of the top of the TARDIS.
Right, exactly. Can you guys hear that? I don't know if you can hear that.
Oh yeah, totally hear it.
It's weirdly in the right ear. There we go. That's the stuff.
Totally remember that.
Yeah, that is pretty good. We should have played that. Anyway, hey, Daryl, are you there too?
Then Muse did their version, which which I still say is the Resistance or no Uprising.
Oh,
I like the Muse version. It's good.
I don't know that I've heard that. Hold on.
It's not really their cover of the song, but it's the song that sounds like it's got some basis in.
Is it this thing called Uprising?
Uprising, yeah. Play a little bit of that.
Okay, here we go.
You've heard this.
I think I've heard. Oh, yeah. You know what it ends up sounding like? Like one of those fake versions of a song. Like you'll hear in a cartoon or something, but they don't want to pay royalties.
Yes, right.
The Chinese import version.
Yeah. Like they don't want to get in trouble for using it. So if they want to do something that sounds like, James Bond theme, it'll be like, I can't get it out of my head now. Exactly. They just change it.
I've been watching some stupid show on HGTV, and they are. Oh, it's Rehab Addict. I don't know. Anyway, they are using like this knockoff Vampire Weekend music, like crazy in there.
Really?
Oh, really?
That's great. I love it when they do that. I'm a huge fan of that. It just screams how cheap they are.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to have you both here and doing Doctor Who one last freaking time. We got an email I want to read to you real quick. Someone calling Corinne out. And I want to use this not as a way to call Corinne out, but more as a way to say we knew getting into this week.
Yes.
The level of fandom that Doctor Who generates in people.
Well, just looking at this email, I think all three of us know this.
Yeah, I think we all knew this, but sometimes it gets said in different ways, and I just think it's important to illustrate how fanatic people can be. And this isn't even to give her a hard time. We understand the way the world works with Doctor Who.
Well, my preface on Monday was, I'm not an expert.
Right. Well, here's what Heather J says, hi, Scott and Brian. Corinne, sorry if I spelled your name wrong. You did. It's fine. It's because her mom messed her name up when she was born. Is driving me crazy. Don't get me wrong. I'm loving that she was putting in this Stump a Who or Who Geek Week thing together. However,
you should be reading this in comic book man voice.
I probably should be.
No, that's all right.
However, I am listening to Tuesday's Doctor Who trivia and want to scream at her. The show is Doctor Who. The character is the Doctor. She keeps calling the character Doctor Who. That's not right. FYI, loving the trivia inspired me to go watch all the seasons for the fourth time. Yep, I'm that kind of geek. Whovian for life. Bow ties are cool, though. Heather J. All right. Obviously, she's doing a little tongue-in-cheek there, too. But this is the level that they get at. I'm afraid to say anything to my Doctor Who friends. Like, if I say, oh, yes, DR period Who, if I write that in an email, I spend about a month in jail. It's like the most ridiculous reaction ever. So
well, she's right, but yeah. I'm talking to laymen here that don't actually make that distinction. So yeah. I'm just, by the way, whatever.
What you just called us, it's spelled layman. It's LAMEMAN. Layman. All right, Corinne, let's do this. Let's.
They have made jokes on the show though, saying who.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're thinking of Star
Have you
Lord.
seen the Doctor? Who?
Yeah, they do.
No, they do that all the time. And actually, he said his name was John Smith. He said his name is Dr. Caligari once. And then they said Doctor Who, and he said, right. So,
yeah.
I think splitting hairs is sort of not that entertaining for me anyway. So,
do they ever call him Multicolored Scarf Man? Has that ever happened?
No.
All right. It's too bad, because that would be a great name.
There
All
have
right.
only been 2 of them, right? Because I think,
Or even one.
besides Baker, I think there was another one who wore a big, long, multicolored scarf.
Well, I always wondered if they were going
Well, they got shorter. Tom Baker's got shorter
Oh, did
over
it?
time.
Okay.
And then one of the reasons why, if I remember correctly, one of the reasons why he left playing Doctor Who is they made him put question marks on his, either on his lapel or on his shirt, and he just thought that was going so campy that it was stupid, and he was done.
Yeah.
That was the campy part?
Wow.
It got a lot
where I
campy.
draw the line.
Yeah, this is it.
I will
Those
talk
last-
to walking furnaces about wanting to exterminate me, but this is where I draw the line.
This is it. All right. Well, let's get to it. Corinne, you've got your question. Lay it on us. What do you got there?
Okay. So, let me just say one thing before we get started.
Yeah,
This
go
is
ahead.
not about Doctor Who. I just caught up with all the TMSs from last week because it was crazy for me.
Yeah.
You guys were talking about the beginning of Mystery, on PBS.
Yeah, the right. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
all the artwork is from Edward Gorey.
Yes. Right.
Okay, because it sounded like to me you guys didn't know that, and I was like, oh no, you don't know Edward Gorey. He's fantastic.
Oh yeah, no. He did. Oh, there was the first thing I ever remember seeing by Edward Gorey. My dad took me to the Dracula play as it came through Denver, and he did all of the set design and the program. And I remember being fascinated with the program while the play was going on. I'm just looking at the artwork, and my dad is telling me, "No, watch the play." Oh yeah, but this artwork is so cool. No, watch the play.
Yeah. I just pasted in Skype my favorite Edward Gorey drawing. So if you guys want to see it, it's
Okay.
my favorite. So yeah.
Well, the Gashly Crumb Tinies is one of the best books of all time, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, the guy's amazing.
fantastic.
He
It's
did
great.
he did things with ink that completely freaked me out. So there you have it.
It's awesome.
Yeah, give him credit where it's due. All
Yes.
right. Any other corrections from last week?
Actually, that's actually why I did that, because I've had a couple people say, "How come you're not doing your corrections anymore?"
Corinne's corrections. Yeah, they're back.
Yeah.
They're back with a vengeance, everyone.
I have 2 more.
All right.
You really want them?
Go ahead, give them.
So, Daryl, I've never heard anybody say Adonis before.
Yeah.
so-
I just read it that way my whole life since I
Right.
was little. I know it's not really that way.
Right.
I think isn't it Adonai or something?
Yeah, it is actually. I have a friend
really?
that teaches Greek, but so we all say it wrong anyway. But I was just like, by the way,
Is it true? Listen, is it true that all Greek people have a mole on their cheek?
No.
Okay, just checking in on that one.
But Tevye did.
Well, every time I go to Crown Burger downtown, they always have a mole.
Wow.
You know the Katsunavises who own all the Crown Burgers?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we actually know them, and they're no.
Is it a fake mole? Do they tack it on in the morning, or
I
is it
think there's one woman.
okay?
Really? Who draws it on?
No, that has one.
Oh.
And Scott,
Oh, that
as
would
we
have
all
been the
know,
best.
focuses on one feature on people's faces.
I
So
was really hoping that she put her own mole on.
no.
I thought it was a rule that every single Greek person in the world had to have a big mole right there on their cheek, but I guess not.
Only if you do an opera. So they must have just been done with the opera and then they go work. at
Oh
Burger
yeah, I remember that. That's a weird
It's
thing.
the beauty mark thing. Yeah.
I
they used
guess
to do that.
so. I
Yeah.
think that's weird. You know, the girl in what's this? Daredevil. I can't think of her name. The vampire from True Blood.
Oh yeah. Deborah Wall.
Deborah Ann
Wall.
she's got one right there on her lip that just into the clinic. 5 minutes later,
But
it's
you
out.
know that I had a mole removed off of my face, and it's not a small thing because if you get a scar, like because the skin on your face is really different,
Yeah,
so it's not easy to remove. Like Alton Brown has a gigantic mole on his face.
yeah, but he makes food. I don't know what I'm saying. That doesn't mean anything.
He does make food.
And so do Greek people at Crown Burger.
That's right.
Utah.
It's a really good burger, by the way.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's
So
incredible.
I'm surprised that the Adrian Palicki one doesn't bother you.
Oh, it totally bugs me. You kidding me? Yeah, everything about him bugs me. Just kidding. It's her, I mean, not him.
Okay, and then
so give
Brian,
me, yeah.
it's
So
Kenneth Branagh. You don't have to say the G.
what do you say?
Kenneth Branagh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you said Kenneth.
Well, you've been saving these for a while.
It was just last week. It was really just last week. I have a little post-it note on my desk. I'm like, I need to find them about that.
So it's not Kenneth Bragana.
No.
Okay,
Branagh.
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 Kenneth Branagh.
when you said it, it was kind of like, do I say? And then I felt like your brain was like, do I say that? No.
That's weird because, like, by default, I feel like I would say Kenneth Branagh. Yeah, I guess Kenneth Branagh is, maybe. Okay.
Is this the correct way to say this word?
Don Cheeto.
Is it Don Cheeto? Probably not. Okay.
It is now.
All right.
It just makes me hungry when she says it.
All right. How about this one?
Dermot McRolney.
Dermot McRolney? Is that right? It's not it, is it? All right. Anyway, sorry, Corinne.
Well, I say things wrong all the time, so I'm no casting stones here. So I just thought you might want to know.
How about this one?
Conquistador.
Conquistador.
That was the best one.
I love Nicole. All right. Okay, give us your question. What do you got?
So we talked a little bit about the Peter Cushing movies, I think a couple of days ago. It's all a blur now, so I can't remember when we did it. But how there have been, over the years, a lot of other very famous actors who played the Doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a list, and I would like to. So I'll give you 4 names, and then you tell me which one is not played the Doctor. So it's a little harder.
Okay.
David Warner.
Okay.
John Hurt.
Okay.
Richard E. Grant.
Okay.
And I was waiting for you to say. Okay, sorry.
Big finish here. Big finish.
And Simon Pegg.
Simon Pegg. Which one of these did not play Doctor Who?
That's right.
Or the
It's like in
Doctor?
one of those
Sorry.
movies or Christmas specials.
That
or something
person's
like that.
cringing at home. The
Now,
Doctor. Sorry.
It's also.
I thought it was pronounced
audiobooks.
Simon Pegg.
Pege. Simon Pegg.
There's a bunch of BBC parodies of the Doctor. There are, see, I can learn. There are audiobooks. There are all kinds of other.
I recognized everybody but the second to last guy. What was that name again?
Richard E. Grant.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you know him.
You do.
He's
He's really tall and skinny.
right. Big eyes, hair slicked back, longer hair.
He's in, what's that Christmas news?
Yeah,
Love Actually?
Love Actually. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Love Anyway.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a movie called Love Anyway. Yeah, if you pull up a picture.
I'm
of
looking
him,
right now. Oh, okay. I know who this is. I feel like, well, let's you know what? Before we answer it, we got this to do. Hold on here. Let me get
Are you hungry? Aren't you hungry?
What's a foodie?
We got pretzels.
Yeah, I even have a radio play Doctor Who CD, or not radio play, but like a Doctor Who audiobook CD where Benedict Cumberbatch does the voice of the Doctor.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well,
was
and he was
hoping-
offered the Doctor, and so was Bill Nighy, and they both turned it down. Actually, quite a number of people have turned down.
Oh, Bill Nighy!
Gosh,
He did
Bill
great-
Nighy would have been amazing, dude.
he did a great Doctor.
Oh my
And he won't
gosh.
say which one he was offered because he thinks it's disrespectful for the person that took the job.
Yeah.
Which I think he's an awesome person.
Yeah, that guy's great. I freaking love him.
Yeah.
But I would have loved him. I would be watching Doctor Who more, I think.
Yeah,
Because I
right.
really like him. I was gonna real quick. Have you guys heard Cumberbatch? Cumberbatch. I can't find it here. Let's see. He does a version of who played Snape?
Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman.
Yeah.
You got to hear this. This is
Yippee-ki-yay, mother.
this is really good. Let's see if I can find it. It's just
Now get me those detonators.
Impressions when you're on the set there. That do some back to him. You a bit of your Rickman.
here we go.
What would you like me to say to you?
Oh, that's just uncanny, dude.
That's fantastic.
That's fantastic.
Amazing. All right. He's already great. Now he's greater. All right. So we're going to eat these pretzels. They are the pride of Dakota. These
Yes.
came to us.
Can I tell you a little something? I don't know if she put this on your cards,
Go
but she
ahead.
put it on mine. Also send something very North Dakotan. Dots pretzels from Velva, North Dakota. Population 1,241. They taste like crotch for about 5 seconds, and then you can't put them down.
Oh, all right. I'm ready for the crotch.
I'm glad I'm missing that.
I also got that.
It's a long time for something to taste like crotch.
She says your lack of. Oh, she says the small bag is to help your lack of control. We go nuts for these in Fargo. The heck do you mean? All right, so we're gonna open these up. Corinne, I
And
wish
if we
you
like
had
them,
these. Yeah.
If we like them, we'll say more dots.
Yeah, we'll say more dots. More dots. Ooh, they smell like crotch.
Ugh.
They're a little cheesy smelling.
Huh. No, they don't smell
yeah.
like any crotch I knew, or I'd be having more crotches.
It smells like bacon cheddar crotch.
Ice worm.
Yeah, copy that one out. These don't smell like any crotch I knew, or I'd have more crotches. All right.
They smell really good. What are you talking about?
Oh, these are fine. They taste fine. What's she talking about?
Oh yeah. You kidding me? They're like cheddar right off the bat.
Maybe when they're really fresh.
I don't know anyone with crotches like this. That's really good.
Oh, that's good.
I question the validity of Amber Dew's taste buds.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what.
Maybe she only goes for the best ones.
This is some buttery business.
It is butter. Yeah, that is. These are like the what's the pretzel company that does Snyder's?
Mm-hmm, yeah,
like the Snyder's buttery.
The mustard covered.
Yeah, those I love. That these actually be awesome with some mustard.
Yeah,
I love pretzels.
Guess what? I'm gonna dip these in, Brian. Guess what?
Mustard.
Sriracha, man.
Oh, of course. What am I thinking?
I also bought some sriracha mustard. It's pretty good.
Yes, I've had that too.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, it's tasty. It's tangy and good. Daryl would hate it because he didn't like spicy, but it's good. All right. Daryl, fantastic, by the way. Great selection we got from her. I'm really glad that she sent that stuff. Daryl, why don't we hand it over to you and do a little today in whatever history?
Oh, let's see. Well, I don't know if this was stock footage or what, but somebody who was on Doctor Who in the episode The Chase is 72 today, and that is Paul McCartney.
What? Wait a minute.
What?
What?
He was in... What was he in?
What? Doctor Who, The Chase.
Paul McCartney.
The episode The Chase, yeah, Paul McCartney.
The Paul
I don't know if he
McCartney.
had lines or if it was stock footage or what.
Guy from Wings and Beatles and things.
Oh,
Right?
I don't remember seeing him at all.
Weird. Okay. How old is that?
That's 72.
72. Jeez.
Yeah.
He would have been a young buck. Was he in a little garbage can yelling he'll exterminate
Oh,
everybody?
you mean how... Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know which
it was-
doctor that was.
Oh, in 72?
Yeah. Which? Hey, tell us
John
which.
Pertwee, I think.
Tell us
No,
which.
no, not 1972.
Oh.
I don't know when he was that age.
Oh, 72 years old.
He's
He is
72 now.
72 today.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what
Good Lord.
Actually, I think he's 73.
is he?
Let me consult the.
The Chase, I'm
Oh,
looking.
the Doctor Who site is wrong then.
He looks like Janet Reno. Have you seen him lately?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is not looking good.
Well, we all get old,
Yeah, exactly.
and he had some.
Natural.
He's done
It's
some
all
funny drugs. It's fine.
The
Things-
8th serial of the 2nd season, whatever that means.
Okay.
1942 he was born, so that would make him
That's
73
Patrick
today.
Troughton.
Patrick Troughton. He was the guy that was playing Doctor Who.
No, he just was in the show.
Oh, but he,
Somewhere.
but he was an actor who played Doctor Who. The other guy, Patrick Troughton, was a Doctor Who. I'm just trying to freak this person at home who had sent us this email.
He played a Who? He played Mr. Who?
He played Mr. Who. He was one of the Who's. Got it.
Mr. Who MD? By the way, also celebrating her birthday today is Alison Moyet, who was never on
Oh.
Star Trek or Doctor Who.
Who was that?
At least to my knowledge.
Yes.
She was the woman half of Yaz. The woman half of Yaz that sounds like the man half of Erasure.
Oh, right. I love her voice.
Yes.
Let us just briefly listen to it. Here.
Okay.
Here she is. Oh,
That's
that
the
is
song you
so-
pull up. You don't pull up Only You or
Yeah.
Don't Go
It
or
was the first thing
Situation.
It's the first one that came up. Here's Don't Go. Yeah, it's live. Okay, it's terrible on a phone.
Yeah.
Man,
It was recorded off a TV, which was recorded off of.
I loved Yaz. I forget how much I like Yaz.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go listen to Yaz today. All right. Well, there you go. Daryl, thank you for the trivia. Let's get back to this question. I feel very strongly that Simon Pegg is the guy because I feel like I've seen the rest of these.
I know John Hurt was. That
Yeah.
one we can absolutely rule out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
David Warner.
Wait, David Warner. He dies when the ship cracks in half on the Titanic, and he's the devil
Yes.
in Time Bandits, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's correct.
I love
He's
him.
Alan Rickman Light.
I'm a huge fan of that guy.
I am too. We
But-
saw him in that movie with Patrick Stewart with the the space bodies.
Oh, the naked lady in it.
Yep.
I remember that. That was a weird
Richard
movie.
E. Grant. See, I think Simon Pegg is thrown in there to throw us off. I'll bet you Simon Pegg was in one of these parodies.
There's wisdom in that. Richard E. Grant sure looks like he could be a Who. I'm sorry, a doctor. Daryl, what do you think?
Oh, I have no idea. I have no idea.
I don't either.
I just know it's not John Hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say Richard E. Grant.
Okay. I'm going to go with you because I feel you of the three of us have the most Who experience.
Yeah, but I haven't seen. I mean, John Hurt is the only one of these that I know for sure wasn't. But just looking through the list, I mean, I can imagine David Warner playing him, and I can imagine Simon Pegg doing it for a parody. Yeah. I could see David Warner actually doing it for a book on tape kind of thing, but I can't.
It should be mentioned that David Warner is this guy. Where is he?
Yeah.
Four Lights guy. I can't
the
find
Four
it.
Lights guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's the
There are four lights.
That's when he's really roughing it out at the end, having a bad time.
There are four lights.
Yeah, he went from this.
There are four lights.
And then a few hours later. Oh my gosh! He really gave him a ringer.
Minutes passed between those two.
His arms were all stretched out. His wiener was out the whole time. It was bad. Okay. So we all think David E. Warner or Richard E. Grant, rather.
Richard E. Grant, yeah.
I'm okay saying that. I'm David E. Warner. Corinne, where are we then? Did we get it?
Okay, so David Warner was the Doctor in two audiobooks. One is called Sympathy for the Devil, and one is called Masters of War.
Okay.
Yeah. John Hurt, you guys all knew that.
Yep.
He actually played the War Doctor.
Mm-hmm.
It's and was in the TV show.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I love him, by the way.
Simon Pegg was not the Doctor.
Oh, really?
Right.
But yes.
Richard E. Grant was both a doctor in one of the parodies and on the webcast.
Damn it!
So it was Simon Pegg?
Yes.
I should have gone with
I
mine.
talked us out of the right answer.
It's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
It's fine. We'll get our revenge later on Brian.
Yes.
No, that's totally fine. I feel educated this week. We've really learned some things about Doctor Who.
The interesting thing is I have to clarify, we talked about Deep Roy being the only actor that's been in all three Star Trek, Star Wars, and Doctor Who. Mm-hmm. Well, I discovered that actually Simon Pegg has also done that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes.
He was a villain or something, right?
In Doctor Who?
Yeah. Do I have that right?
I should have looked that up.
It was something like that. Like he played some villainous guy.
If you're not a good guy, you're probably a bad guy.
That's a good point. You're either a good guy, a bad guy, or a trash can.
If you're not the Doctor, then you're a bad guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Good guy, bad guy, or a trash can rolling around acting all menacing. You're one of those three things. Corinne, it's been a real treat. Yeah. What?
So he was in the thing called The Long Game. It's actually in the very first season. He plays like a manager of
the first season. He'd be like a baby.
No, the first. Sorry, excuse me. 2005. So the reboot. So
okay.
David Pick.
Eccleston.
By the way, David Pick on Twitter this whole time has been yelling out the answer to us. We don't look it up, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I saw that after we'd said our answer, and obviously I'm not going to change our answer seeing that.
Yeah,
so
we don't look this stuff
no,
up.
that would be bad.
Yeah, that'd be no fun. What would be the point of this?
Why would they put that in the chat room when they know it's a?
Well, it's on Twitter, so he's just barking it out on Twitter.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I don't know why he's doing that. He's like David Pick just yells, "Simon Pegg was not the Doctor."
He was not the Doctor.
Yeah, we're aware. There you have it then. Corinne Lewis, always a pleasure. Corinne Lewis on Twitter, by the way. She hardly uses it, but there it is.
And nobody spells my name right.
Yeah,
so,
there's an extra couple of N's or something in there, right? 2 R's, 2 N's?
2 R's, 2 N's.
Yeah, that's a great way to say your name, though. Hi, I'm Corinne, 2 R's, 2 N's. That's cool. I'm all right with that.
Start using that for Brian Ibbett. 2 B's, 2 T's, because I always get the 1 T.
It's like Wendy with her stripper name, Wendi.
With a little smiley face over the eye.
Thanks for doing this with us. It was really fun.
It was super fun.
Yeah, Daryl, play a game with us before Corinne goes. You get a little trivia of
Yeah,
your
I'm
own.
sad this is all over, but it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
I could come back
Okay.
another time.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yes.
We'll do it in the future. Sure.
Yeah. Okay, is this Trek or Doctor Who?
By the way, she was right about these pretzels. Holy crap. I can't stop
I know
eating
they're
them.
good.
All right, sorry, go ahead. Trek or Doctor Who? Go.
The Cthulhans.
The Cthulhans. The Cthulhus or the Cthulhans?
I think I'd do better with the Cthulhus.
Yeah, I don't like that there'd be multiple Cthulhus. That scares me.
Right, one is plenty.
That's a lot of tentacles on your face. How about that goes either way, man? I can't. I have no idea.
Say it again, Daryl.
The Cthulhans.
The Cthulhans.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not immediately jumping at it again, Corinne, then I'd say I'd be leaning towards Star Trek for that one because I feel like
It feels like on a scale from 1 to 5, a 2 ringing a bell.
Oh, really?
But you know,
Okay.
I've watched a lot of Trek in my life too.
Mhm.
So
you could be crossing the streams.
yeah.
Yeah. I think we go Trek just to be safe if it's only a 2 on her scale of Who-ness. Her Who-ness scale.
Okay.
Who-ness.
Yeah,
The scale of Who-ness.
The scale of Who-ness. That's
Yeah,
also,
I got nothing.
You could also ask if that's Star Trek or Doctor Who. All right, Daryl, we say Trek.
Okay. Remember the space hippies on Star Trek?
Oh yeah, who can
Yes.
forget?
That's them.
Yay!
Thought you were gonna totally right turn us.
We freaking did it. Good job, everyone. Stay out of trouble and eat your
space hippies.
Katunas.
Television highlights of the news of yesteryear.
It's the news brought to you by.
Hi, Scott, Brian, and Wendy. Thursday, June 18th marks my wife Jenna's 30th birthday, and since she hates making a big deal out of her birthday, I figured what better way to stay low-key than to sponsor her favorite segment on TMS, Wendy. Well, we're going to say it early.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Jenna. I, Mike, not Brian, love you very much. Love the advice, though. Podcast listener Mike.
I did it early because we always forget before Wendy, and I don't want to forget it.
Good point. Yes.
Yeah, it's always something that slips if I try to put it in there, and I didn't want it to slip, so that's why.
And in contrary to this guy's email, I love Jenna as well.
Oh yeah, I also like Jenna.
Yeah.
What, you're talking about Jameson, aren't you? Just kidding.
I love Jameson too.
Drunk guy, so drunk man.
Okay.
Used a tunnel as a toilet and held up the morning commute.
Wow.
It seems like a dumb article, but anyway, the New Zealand Transit Authority. New Zealand, where supposedly nothing bad ever happens,
Right.
will review its response time after taking 45 minutes to reopen Wellington's Mount Victoria Tunnel when a drunk man defecated on the road.
Oh.
You know
And
what?
people are afraid to drive through it?
Drive over it. Who cares? Listen,
He must have been still hunched over it or still squatting over it.
that
and that's
could
why
be.
they veer
People,
around.
but people poo is no different than animal poo. Just go around it. It's fine. The busy commuter tunnel, which forms part of the State Highway 1 through the city, was scheduled to reopen at 6 a.m. on Thursday after being closed for routine maintenance overnight. But just as it was about to reopen, a man jumped down from the walkway and answered the call of nature. And then ran.
Here I come to save the day.
A cleanup crew had to be called in, delaying the reopening until 6:45. No one knows why this took 45 minutes. I'm looking down here. Let's see. We'll be looking into whether the response times could be improved. Oh, really? You're going to look into whether that could be improved?
We're thinking we may be able to shave a minute or two off of this if we happen to carry 2 shovels on our trucks.
So their excuse is this, and this sounds...
Oh, I'm gonna have to ride back to the main station and pick up a new shovel for this one.
Band mating? Brett?
It's your go-to.
It's as good
New
as I got.
Zealand.
It's as good as I got. This is what they say. Effluent of any kind. That's what they called it. Effluent of any kind can be dangerous to road users like motorcyclists, as it makes the road surface slippery. This can be especially hazardous inside of a tunnel, and we had a responsibility to ensure that the road surface was safe before opening the tunnel to motorists, says Owen. I'm sorry, dude, but removing one dude's loaf is not a big deal. 45 minutes.
They will be renaming that tunnel to Fudge Tunnel.
Yeah,
now,
Fudge Tunnel
instead of the
now.
Wellington Tunnel.
Yeah. It's better than the poop way or something.
Okay.
Mad Max Imperator
Intestine bypass, is that what?
Exactly. Actually, you know what? I'm going to move that to tomorrow. I'm going to move that one. There we go. Or not tomorrow, Monday, or next week, or whenever we're doing a show
really?
again. I don't know when we're doing it.
Wow, all right.
Master troll, presidential candidate Donald Trump wants Oprah as his running mate. This is a nice development in that story.
Yes, I'm sure she will jump at that opportunity.
She can't wait, really. Real estate mogul turned celebrity TV star Donald Trump already had an aha moment about his 2016 running mate. After declaring to run for the White House on Tuesday, Trump appeared on ABC and said Oprah Winfrey would complete his presidential dream ticket. I think Oprah would be great. I'd love to have Oprah.
Oprah is huge,
Yeah,
and she'd be a
huge.
great addition to this ticket.
She's huge. I think we'd win easily, actually. Trump-
Oprah is one of the greatest people. I think it's fair to say Oprah is one of the greatest people ever lived in the world. I think we can all agree.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah. Now you put her in a position where she has to say something kind of, because then he went on to say this to George Stephanopoulos. He said this. She's a perfect fit. She's great. She's talented. She's a friend of mine. Well, don't call her out like that, because you know she can't do this. She's not going to do this.
Yes.
So now people are going to ask her, and she's going to go, freaking Donald.
I've had him on my show. Sure, I wouldn't necessarily say friend.
Yeah. Says this, she's a good person. I've been on her show. In fact, I was on her show last week. She said I could be on her show with the whole family. What? Oh, could I be on the show with the whole family? What is he talking about? Dude,
because Oprah would really like to have Ivanka on the show.
Yeah, I want to have Ivanka on the show. I will watch intently him do anything he does here for the next little while, because it's going to be great fun.
Oh yeah, I mean this is prime.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's going to be great
entertainment.
When do we lose Jon Stewart? Because that's going to be a sad day with all this going on. I wonder when that is. It's like September or something. Anyway, no, it's audio in my right ear just changed. Let me just double check. Hello, testing. It must be my ear. All right. The Wire creator of The Wire, David Simon, he has two first names, is working on an HBO series about 70s porno.
Wow. Ironically, it'll be the first HBO series without nudity.
Mm-hmm. That'd be funny, wouldn't it?
Would be funny.
Like, what if there was no swearing or nudity in this show?
That'd be great.
Like, it's as clean as the what was this, the puppet show they had on HBO?
Fraggle Rock.
Fraggle Rock. It's as clean as that. But it's about 70s porn. That would be amazing.
Perfect.
He also produced Generation Kill, Treem, and is it Treme? I think that's how you say it. And the upcoming miniseries Show Me a Hero. By the way, I thought Generation Kill was really, really freaking good. I loved that. Yeah, that's on there still. Totally worth watching if you have HBO. Little harsh, but it's from people I talked to who actually spent time in Afghanistan and Iraq, and like actual war dudes say that is an accurate piece of work.
Really? Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
okay.
I loved it. I thought it was really good. Anyway, their relationship will continue to flourish for even longer, and they're making this thing about the heyday of mustache porn. The yet-to-be-picked-up series called The Deuce. That's the name of that new road. That's the new road in up there in New Zealand.
In Wellington,
Yeah.
New Zealand?
Yeah.
That's the
Deuce.
The Deuce.
I'm taking the Deuce to the... Traffic's terrible on the Deuce. Anyway, we'll focus on the legalization and rise of pornography in the New York City's Times Square area from the 70s to the mid-80s. The setting will also bring in the rough-and-tumble world that existed in Midtown Manhattan until the rise of HIV, the violence of the cocaine epidemic, and the rejuvenated real estate market, ending the body turbulence. So that'll cover that entire period.
Who do you get to play Ron Jeremy? Because they'd have to have.
Oh, they got to,
Ron
right?
Ron Jeremy.
I think they
Jonah Hill. I know Jonah Hill is my go-to guy for everything, right?
Yeah, you need like a dirty blue, gross thing. Right. Jonah Hill will do it.
Right. Actually, you could do if you put some makeup on him. Charlie Day would be pretty good.
Oh yeah, for that era, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if it'll be. So the question is, will it be historically accurate in the characters, or will this be a fictitious characters in that world? You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. Like his name may come up, but they won't actually have Johnny Watt and Ron Jeremy and.
Yep.
Yeah.
David Simon, good. That guy knows what to do. He knows how to make stuff. It's not his first time to the rodeo either. David Simon. Whoops. I want to look at something for him. David Simon shows. I just want to look real quick because he did also.
David Croft says Jeremy Piven playing Ron Jeremy.
Yeah, why not? Oh yeah, here we go. He did Homicide: Life on the Street. That was the first time I'd ever seen anything he did.
Okay.
And it's really, really good too. And that's the last time he did anything on mainstream TV. I think everything's been HBO since. Anyway, and he wears a funny hat. All right. That's it. We're going to take a break before we do. Tweakedaudio.com sponsoring the show. Go there. Check out these finely engineered ear products. Earbuds that you can put in your ears and
Ear products.
Ear products. Hey, do you still love the way Tim Cook says products? He doesn't say products. But he's always talking about, we're really proud of the products we make here at Apple.
I don't think I've caught that, but that's hilarious.
Let's see if I can. Somebody
I'm gonna be
on
listening
YouTube.
for that now.
Let's see. Tim Cook products. Let's see if we can get him to say it. Interview with them. Yeah. See somebody. Okay, we'll see. Let's see if we can get him to say the word product. Here we go.
Tonight, one-on-one with Apple CEO.
Okay.
Okay. Time.
Okay.
It's made in America. It's a big deal, but we think we can do more. We also announced that a huge investment in Arizona. We haven't said what it's for.
Is it the sapphire glass?
It's the sapphire
glass come off the.
You heard it here first.
And Steve Jobs.
Damn it! Say products. Next time you hear him, you'll hear him do it. He'll say,
I'll be listening for it.
"We make amazing products." It's like
product. Yeah,
really
I can imagine, because he does kind of add an extra little syllable to some of his words.
Yeah, it's an Alabama thing, and I like it. I don't want him to stop. I just think it's interesting. Anyway, what was my point? Oh yeah, lifetime warranty on everything. Tweakedaudio.com is the place to go. Use the code STREAM at checkout. You'll get 33% off. Let's take a break. Wendy will be here soon. Talking about teenage body images today.
Oh wow,
I think that's good. That's a good thing to talk about. So we'll get to that in a minute. Before all that, Brian brought music, and I have no idea what it is.
I did. Hello, Scotty and Brian. Scotty in the Brain,
hello.
Says Dylan. On June 21st, all of a sudden my eyes. On June 21st, I will be marrying my high school sweetheart, Monica, after 5 years together. She's my best friend, and I'm so excited to begin building our new life together. Would you please play a cover of the Beatles' Can't Buy Me Love by my favorite band in the world, House of Heroes, to help us celebrate? We'll be listening to a ton of Frog Pants shows on our long drive to the Smoky Mountains for our honeymoon, so thanks in advance for keeping us entertained. Love the show, though. Dylan.
All right. Very nice.
Oh, DJ Stengel in the chat room found a YouTube video where he says products at the 1 minute mark. Tim Cook, if you want to click that.
Oh, hold on. Which one? Oh, there it is. I was thinking the wrong place. All right. So it's this YouTube video. It's about a 1 minute mark, you say?
1 minute mark, yeah.
All right. We're going to skip into here. Thank you. Chat room rules. Okay.
You guys are awesome.
10 seconds to spare. Here we go.
Wicked smart people that collaborate well together. If you set in our case, we're all about products.
Products.
Holy cow.
Did you hear it?
Yes.
It's great.
You nailed it.
It's
oh
great.
My God.
Products. All right. Anyway, sorry.
Wow. It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. That's fantastic. That is an amazing thing.
Yeah. I love it.
So House of Heroes released an EP where they did a few Beatles covers. One of those covers was Can't Buy Me Love. I couldn't find the EP, but they included all three of them on their greatest hits album called The Knockdown Dragouts, which came out in 2013. I really like this, and I'm really, really excited that Dylan wrote in and helped me find these guys. House of Heroes, here's their cover of Can't Buy Me Love.
What's up, Taz? It's time for Cocoa Krispies. They are so chocolatey. And when I get a taste of them, I trumpet happily. That's right. Even the milk turns chocolatey. Get a very smart start on your day with a good breakfast, including Kellogg's Cocoa Krispies cereal. You know, Taz, Cocoa Krispies are good. Yes, they really bowl me over.
What'd you think of Jurassic World?
It was good.
How good?
Really good.
Would you say it was the best movie ever or not the best movie ever?
The best movie ever.
This is the morning stream. We're doing it for Kowalski.
So that was Steven Schleicher and his little boy.
I was going to say, it sounded like Schleicher and Son.
It's a video he put up on Vine or somewhere, and I just thought that is the reason movies like Jurassic World need to keep being made, because adults can be jaded buttholes, but kids are the best, and they need these big, cool experiences to inspire them.
So true, so true.
That kid is just a rad little kid too. Steven's Steven's just a big dope like us, but his kids are adorable. So I don't know what's happening there. Hey everybody, we're back. We're doing it. We got more to do here. We got things to say, stuff to make happen, and that involves getting my sister on the line. So let's do it now.
Do it.
Doing it to it. Let's see if we can get her on the line. Talked to her earlier. I was so late getting her the question today. So hopefully I've given her proper preparation time for her to do it to it. Ringing. It's ringing, everyone. It's ringing.
Help, it's ringing.
Help, it's ringing. Actually, it's a good time to save. I'm going to save the show. Never hurts to save. Always save. Always be safe.
Hey.
Oh, hi.
Oh,
hey.
my goodness.
Oh, hi.
Hey,
Hello.
hey.
How are you? What's going on?
Good. Did I scare you?
No, I'm always a little scared, so it's just a matter of how much. How are you? What's going on? Oh, that good.
Yeah, we lost her.
Oh, did we lose you? You there? Can you hear us? Internet trouble.
Oh, boy.
Somebody said, can we open a Patreon level that
Hello?
gives Wendy better internet? Are you there?
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. Is it working now? Wendy, hello?
Yeah. What?
Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear
Oh,
you.
okay. Now you're not lagging. You sound fine now.
Yeah, sorry. I was in I'm in a farmhouse. There's like weird closets, and I was kind of in a weird closet.
Okay.
All right. Great. In a weird closet. That's what I like to hear. So
It's like the pitch of the roof is made into a closet, and it's kind of creepy.
No, I can see.
Oh,
sure. Hey,
What's that?
is Adam back in town? Everything good?
He is.
Oh,
yes,
good.
I'm much nicer now. Can you tell?
Yeah, I can tell you're a happy camper today. Everyone's very excited to see you in the end of July. It's going to be fun.
Yes.
Oh, I'm
Back in the
excited to
States.
see all of y'all.
Yeah, first time back in the States since going there.
Yeah.
And it'll be nice. I have a feeling Mom would like to keep you here and not let you go back. So
Yeah.
good luck with that.
Probably, but not going to happen. So.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how hard she tries.
I
Anyway.
would like. Is there any Swedish people coming? Because I would really like to practice Swedish with
Oh
somebody.
yeah, absolutely.
Anybody?
Yeah, I know Brecky's coming, or at least he talked
Breck-
about it.
He's coming?
I think so. I think Brecky's
Oh.
coming. I'm pretty sure Andreas will be there as always.
Very cool. Oh, yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you should have a couple of.
If the giant rat in his toilet doesn't eat him.
Oh my gosh, he sent us a photo of a giant rat in his toilet. He woke up and there was a rat in his toilet.
Oh my god.
Yeah, how you like that? I'm glad you didn't sit down just randomly and.
Ooh.
Oh, dude. So gross.
That ruins so much about life that's good.
I know.
Yeah, right.
It really does. It's like that time.
No matter how bad your day would have been, though, it was worse for the rat.
Yeah, true.
There was that time I was in that bathroom in that office building, and I opened the stall door, and I went in there, and there was a full-sized fish. It was dead, but it was a full-sized fish, just belly up in this water.
It
And
wasn't the kind you'd want to eat.
No, it wasn't. And I can't, for the life of me, to this day, I don't know how it got in there. But
How about this? I'm
yeah.
in a McDonald's because it only happens in a McDonald's, and I am using the restroom, and I am sitting there, and a woman comes in on a phone. These were the early days of cell phones, right?
Yeah.
And she was talking to someone who would have thrown up if they knew what she was doing. But she walked in. She's chatting. She never looked at the seat. She never looked at me. I'm like, excuse me.
Oh, wait, she came to sit on you?
Oh, backed all the way up. Started taking down her pants. Yeah.
That's amazing.
And I was sort of like, laughing and horrified at the same time. And I finally like reached and touched her, and she screamed and dropped her phone and like ran out.
Gosh, how have I never heard that story? That's a great story.
I buried it deep, deep inside, and I just remembered it.
Yeah.
Can I help you?
This seat is taken.
That is incredible. Oh my
Occupied,
gosh.
occupied.
Yeah.
It was awful.
Occupado. That's really good. Well, thanks for sharing that. And also, chat room, note that I'm not the only Johnson with weird stories to tell. All right, there's
right.
one from Wendy.
Well,
we're famous for them. Wendy, it's good to have you back. Let's do a question. We got one that is kind of. I want to turn it into more of a general question about body image with teenagers and how they deal with certain things. And I have a very specific angle on this that from memories of my sort of junior high school days that may be applicable. But here's an email we got from somebody who I will keep their name off of this. It says, I'm a 17-year-old male listener. My issue is body image. Back in the holidays of 2013, my depression fell into the worst it had ever been, during which I had a lot of self-searching in which I explored my sexuality, femininity, and body image. I realized that I am bisexual and have irregular body goals and that I currently don't meet. I did some dieting and exercise, but come February 2014, I had my mom check me into a psych ward where I stayed for 2 weeks, got meds, changed and adjusted, and ultimately came out far better than I went in. Long story short, the past few weeks have been the world's better, not depressed, and I find happiness in life again. I've even been on some dates. One of my issues in the depression was lack of companionship. I've even exercised and dieted a little, but not with full effort. I plan on starting some cardio and eating 100% better now. I have more time. I'll have more time when I graduate high school in 2 weeks. But one issue still remains. And while it's a billion times better than it was, whereas it used to make me want to kill myself, it still makes me feel kind of shitty, and I don't have the fanboy-esque body I desire. Femboy-esque body I desire. So to sum it up, I feel like I sent what? I feel like this I sent isn't the usual problem. I don't know what that means. With the question you received, meaning this probably isn't like our usual problems we get.
Right.
But a problem with an answer, or at least partly. And my answer is work towards the body by eating better and living healthier. But I write looking for anything in between: advice, input, tips, and discussion. Okay. So a little confusing at the end.
It probably is supposed to be issue, and instead of I sent, and autocorrect changed it to I sent.
Oh, yeah. It could be, yeah. Or he could be getting a D in English as he graduates.
Well, no, I mean the first 4 paragraphs are very clear and well written. So I think that totally chalked that last one up to
autocorrect. Fair enough. So he's got some specific goals and trying to sort of figure out who he is, which is part of this whole thing. But it got me thinking about just body image in general and why that's a huge part of the struggle of young people. They're comparing it to magazines and models and movie stars and musicians or whoever they see as the who's supposed to be the example of what you should look like versus what's normal. Mm-hmm. And we can get as deep as we want into things like eating disorders and all of that. But as a kid who grew up feeling like he was skinny spaghetti arms his whole life, which I wish I was again, man. If I could be like I used to be, that'd be great.
No, I used to be so damn skinny.
But I hated it at the time. I thought, oh my gosh, look at me in this mirror. No girl's gonna want to go out with this. Look at this. I'm some kind of like pipe cleaner. I looked so skinny. Now I look at pictures from back then.
Yeah.
And I go, I was a good-looking kid. I had a decent build. I had broad shoulders. I was thin, but not in a bad way. Like, it was just slim. And
it was your perm. The perm was the problem.
The perm. I did get a perm once. Ugh, let's never talk of that again. It's such a bad time.
I've seen photos.
But like, I see Nick today once in a while. I'll say, I don't like this shirt. And I'll go, why? And he goes, it makes me look skinny. And I go, oh, don't be like me.
Love the skinny.
Yeah, embrace the skinny.
Embrace the
now,
skinny.
He has one advantage. He is every girl likes Nick. There's a real problem with every girl liking Nick. They show up at the house constantly, and they're everywhere all the time. They want to text him all the time. Like Nick's not having no problem attracting the ladies at his age. I, for whatever reason, did not seem to have that kind of luck. So to me, it was always I was blaming it on physique and things like that.
And maybe it was just your personality.
It could have been. It could have been caustic and terrible and hard to live with. I don't know. Very
difficult. Did you nerd out and talk about like Abe is a cute boy and girls will like flirt with him and then he'll be like, and then the transformer turned into the berder, and
Maybe.
the girls are like, ugh. and they run away.
Maybe. So wait, young Swedish girls are all about the Abraham, eh? That sounds...
Oh, until he talks about nerdy crap. I mean, it's funny. They think, oh, he's like an American.
Yeah.
I'm sure he plays American football. And Abe's like, I don't enjoy American football.
Yeah, he does say things like that. I love
And then
Abe.
he gives himself a wedgie, and the girls run away.
He gives himself a wedgie.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I miss that kid. All right. So where do you start with a person struggling with that aspect, and moreover, how prominent is this? Is this the thing? It seems like it never changes. Every generation, kids growing up struggle with this. They don't like how they look. They don't like who they are, and they want to change.
Yeah, here's a great example. Mom, we got our too skinny when you're young gene from Mom.
Mm-hmm.
And she grew up in an era where you needed to have curves and be plump.
Mm-hmm.
That was the look. And so she would take weight gainer for years. She was trying to bulk up because she was too skinny, right?
Yeah.
And then that shifts to the Kate Moss era where you weigh 4 pounds, and that's what everyone thinks looks good. And this guy's referring to something that maybe you guys can clarify because you're cooler than me. What the femboy physique is it just like super thin, manscaped? Like what?
That's what I gather.
Prepubescent, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Bieber-esque.
Yeah, Bieber-like.
Okay.
Yeah, although Bieber lately is looking kind of weird. Like it's not the same. But Bieber a few years
he
ago.
hit puberty finally, right?
Well, he hit puberty, and also he hit the drugs pretty hard, and I think he's hitting a lot of things too hard. And he looks a little spent. He's starting to look 32.
Yeah.
At the age of 21 or whatever, but there was a time there where the Bieber look, which was I don't know if I'd call it feminine so much as it was just boyish and
pretty feminine. I mean, when he and what's her name look like twins, you can like splice their face in half and they're the same face.
Yeah.
Miley Cyrus.
Miley Cyrus, yeah, that's creepy.
That is
right?
creepy. It is a little weird.
They really have the same parents. Because what?
That Billy Ray gets around, man.
Yeah, for sure, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, okay. So I just wanted to clarify what that was.
Glad we clarified that. Yeah.
And then bisexuality, he mentioned that. So he's got a couple things going on that are interesting, that sort of maybe exacerbate what is the normal. I don't like how I look, or what have you. He might have some other identity based issues going on here. He said a couple of things, and maybe I'm misunderstanding the email. I don't know if I got it completely, but he used, and I'm picking out of a paragraph here as opposed to really knowing this person, but I'm going to give it 100%. I'm going to eat 100% better, and I'm going to exercise more. And there's a part of the body image problem that is why you get pop-up ads for never eat these 5 fruits. Stop if you're doing this exercise. Stop, or whatever. All the targeted
clickbait kind of thing.
Exactly, like the shortcuts to looking fantastic and all of that. That's always been appealing and whatever. But it's because there is this. We believe it's about effort, right? The reality is, Justin Bieber was born like that. Everyone born like that, and he will look like crap at 40 because he's looked 12 his whole life, but the meth will catch up or whatever he's doing. He probably won't be alive, but you know what I mean? There is some just genetic stuff. There's nothing any of us can really do about, right?
Yeah.
So Scott, how are your arms now? I mean, are they muscly?
They're more than muscly. I mean, more than they used to be because I lift weights and I try to keep tone now and stuff. So I actually look in the mirror and I go, yeah, you're not bad for a 45-year-old guy.
Okay, so tell me, this is one, and Brian, you're next, so prepare.
Okay, all right.
This is what I'm talking about. When you're a certain age, there comes a moment, and I just kind of think this is true. I'm maybe not quite to my moment yet, where you just go, yeah, I'm done with all the rest of this. It's just if I feel healthy, not everything is hurting.
Yeah,
that's a good day.
That's kind of where I'm at. I don't care what people think of how I look so much as, for me, it's little things. Like there's this like strawberry mark / mole thing on my head that I inherited from Mom because she's like mole queen, queen of the moles, and I want to get rid of it because it's super noticeable. It's just a really annoying thing. Outside of stuff like that, I don't care. Like my
Right.
wife loves me, and she's, I don't really need anyone else to think I'm good looking or attractive. So I don't care about that. But I do care, like what you're saying. I care about how I feel. Am I feeling like garbage today? If I didn't work out, do I feel worse than I would have if I did? Blah, blah, blah. That stuff matters now. But it's so
Right.
different than what mattered when I was 16.
And when you're 16, 17, 20, you can't even pretend to understand what you're going to feel like at 40 because you just think those are like half dead people. You don't even relate. So, and I mean, how fair is that to say, okay, wait until you're 45 and then you'll finally just love yourself.
You'll just
and
accept
just
it.
want to be happy.
Mhm.
And
That's right.
the healthy thing will only be the thing that appeals to you. Obviously, that's not helpful for this emailer. But the concept is actually the exact thing we all want to get to. I think a lot of people get to naturally because they kind of give up, realizing they're not going to be something that they're not, right? Now, health and feeling good, if that could be our drivers, you would have a really different experience. So here's my I'm going to rip on Utah for a minute, everyone. So
Right
plug your ears.
on. Bring
Plug
it
your ears.
on. All right, here we go.
All right. So I go to a gym here in Sweden. And in Sweden, it's I'm a foreigner, so what do I know? But it really is so much focus on health, like being healthy. They have some obesity problems coming up here. Like a lot of places, obesity is rising. So there's a big focus on you got to be healthy, you got to eat good, whatever. And it's not so much on the image. Now, you ask a Swede and they would disagree with me, but I'm an American and they have no idea what image really is about. These people don't all have braces and, whatever yet. Maybe they will. But what's interesting is I'm in the gym and everyone's taking showers and getting ready and whatever. And there's just a bunch of real bodies, like real bodies. And you say, well, Wendy, why is that so noteworthy? Haven't you seen that before? And the answer is no. I have never been to a gym where there's just a bunch of real bodies walking around in every phase of life, in every stage of flabby. More nudity than I'm used to, that's for sure, right?
Oh, yeah.
But the gym
naked
I went
Swedes.
to in Utah and the people I, saw a lot, there was a lot of plastic surgery happening at young ages.
Yeah, it's big here.
And there was a lot of fake bodies and a lot of starving, hungry, bitchy people. Because you know what? When you're hungry, you're bitchy, right?
Sure.
I mean, let's be honest.
Sure.
Hangry. Yeah, we were talking about that
You're
earlier.
hangry. Yes, exactly.
But you can't look at a gym locker room and say that that's an accurate cross section of
people.
You have to say that's an accurate cross section of people who go to gyms.
Sure. Where they're a little bit more vain or whatever. Some people I know, but some people get more dressed up for the gym than they do a funeral or a wedding. They tweak out more makeup and do more stuff, and it feels like that's a special kind of statistic.
Absolutely. So I'm wondering what a room full of naked Swedes who don't go to the gym look like, because it's going to be really real.
Have you seen Magic Mike?
Well, also I wonder this: is it different for women than men? Because me growing up and going to any kind of gym, community thing, even when we were kids, and even as an adult when I go to Gold's Gym, there are a lot more really old, drag your testicles on the floor, Jewish-looking men. Like really old geezer men that are walking around. And I don't know that the women keep going. And I don't mean because they don't want to be healthy or work out. I think that there is a cultural thing that says, I'm 52. I'm not going to the gym and letting people see me change in the changing room. Where the men are just like, whatever, swing to the left, swing to the right, who cares?
Right. Well, there is some gender specific stuff that's probably accurate. But what's interesting about his email, and I don't profess to know squat about bisexuality. I really am not by any means an expert on any of this. So, grain of salt. But the challenge would be you're attracted to both genders. So I don't know, do you get the hangups of both genders in the world of dating? So as a man attracted to women, am I worried about my physique in a way that, most heterosexual men might be? And then if I'm attracted to other men, am I worried about my size and type and based on that attraction? I don't know.
Based on, and this again is based on just being on the outside of it, but I think you would be more concerned about looking like the body type that the person you're attracted to is attracted to. Does that make sense? Like, if you're attracted to guys who like more effeminate looking men, then you want your body type to look maybe more skinny, more curvaceous. I don't know.
That makes sense. If you're attracted to big hairy bears from Idaho, then you know what I mean? Like, then you would want to be one of those big hairy bear guys.
Sure.
Right. That makes sense. Those are guys, right? That's a real thing.
But you got you have the opposites attract thing. So the bear would probably want the lipstick, right?
Maybe. I don't know how that works. I've got a
Look
friend.
how good we are at this.
Well, I mean, obviously, none of us
We're
are
the best people in the world to be talking about this.
None of us are in the right category for this. But I know I have some friends who are in that whole bear community thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they are it's all bears all the time. Like all the guys who are in they're all like, two really big husky furry dudes living together. And that's the thing. But that doesn't mean, obviously, we can't blanket everybody and say they're all the same. But there is that stereotype of opposites attract, and maybe that doesn't apply here. I don't know.
But he has the trouble of he might be attractive to many variations and feel pressure from both sides. Like, I have to be a certain this or that. I don't know. And at such a young age, part of it is like, who the hell is he? And he doesn't know. And that figuring that out when your sexuality isn't maybe quite established or you're in the process of exploring it, that's tricky for everyone. Mm-hmm. But you're doubling the consumers, right? That's tricky. It must be pretty stressful. And it sounds like what's really happening for him is not an uncommon thing, but it sort of gets in your head and it's hard to get out and it's hard to stop thinking about and it depresses you. So you take anyone who has sudden weight gain or weight loss in a bad way, and they're getting comments like, "Are you okay?" or like, "Oh," and your pants don't fit, or whatever. It can just be alarming and distressing, and you don't feel great about yourself. But if no matter what size you are or what's happening, you feel crappy, you don't like what you see, then there's another thing sort of happening there. There's the kind of average, like, "I look chubby today," or, "Hey, I should go on a diet," but it's not the center of your world. It's peripheral. Then there are those where it's the center. And they will spend hours and hours seeking out images of the perfect body that they want. They will spend hours and hours in the gym. They will spend hours and hours starving. They will spend hour and hour, researching on what's the way to do this or that. Take harmful medications. They will do lots of things because it is so central to feeling okay. But if anyone's listening to this and this resonates with you, then you're probably in this category, which is you're never happy. Like, no matter what, even when you look great and people are saying, "Wow, you look great," all you can think of is, "Yeah, you should see me naked." Or, "You haven't seen my left inner thigh. It's bigger than the right." Or whatever, like you are in this category of it's in your head. It's not about your body anymore. Your body is where all the focus goes. And people choose different places where this focus goes, but it's real easy to put it on our physical selves. And then the sick, stupid, awful irony is the 70, 80-year-old who's like, "What was I wasting my time? I was amazing at 40. I was amazing at 20," because it's that relative nature. We can't see perspective when we're hyper focused on it. We cannot see it correctly. Yeah. And this is when he mentioned he went to an inpatient place for a couple weeks and got some meds. It sounds like he has some maybe biochemical stuff happening that's creating maybe some of the hyper focus. That can happen.
It seems like a lot of people who seem to be succeeding in life or doing well or passing through adolescence in a smooth way are people who are anomalies in a way, because they've figured out that perspective that you're talking about, most of us lacking. Yeah. I mean, I do this all the time. I go, "Oh man, 30 felt so old when I hit 30. I couldn't believe it. I was like, my life's over." I look back and go, "My gosh, you're a child at 30. Like, you just don't even."
Baby.
And I, so
you know
I'm
nothing.
Yeah, you know nothing, and I don't, I'm bad at that perspective. Yeah. My daughter Carter is really good at that perspective. She doesn't think that way at all. And I watch her do that, and I think, "Oh man, if I could have just had some of that. Where did that come from?" I think she gets it from Kim, because Kim has that perspective. But me and Taylor and Nick, we all kind of have the Scott version, which is, "Oh, I can't believe how hard this is, or how busy I am, or whatever." And then you realize, no, that was freaking nothing compared to this other thing. And it seems to me like if you can figure out a way to master that or dump all that other stuff. Maybe there's no way to do it. You're just either born this way or you're not. But it seems like just things are going to be better for you, easier for you, more obtainable, more goal-oriented. I don't know. Am I wrong to think that? It's not really tied to this, but that's a thing I've always thought. Like, if I could just forget about all that and not worry about any of that dumb stuff.
Right.
I can
You'd
do
be
whatever.
able to focus on the things that matter and the things that...
Yeah, or even things that don't seem like they matter, but have the perspective to know that I can do them, and it doesn't matter whose age is what, or how fat I am today, or how skinny I am tomorrow, or, none of those things are like the roadblocks we make them out to be.
Right. And maybe it's a little reductionist to say this, but I think it boils down to, are you more anxious or are you less anxious? And those who are anxious tend to, it's like you have more room in your head for things to flit in and out and worry you. And so they seem important. Whereas I think people who are less anxious are like, I got to get that done. And then I'm going to take a nap. And then I'm going to watch some TV. And maybe tomorrow I'll go to the gym.
Right.
It's just, they don't seem to have the sort of the buzzing energy issue that those with anxiety tend to struggle with. And it's rare to find someone with any kind of anxiousness that hasn't put some of that focus onto their body and body image. I don't know how this works. I do know there's some research to back it up, but I swear to you, I did not even think ever once about my weight or my anything. And my all growing up. And I think, how did I escape that? Why was that not happening? Because that happens to everyone, right? And I played a ton of sports. And I think part of that, and at least the research that backs this up, is that the message in athletics is that your body is for power and it serves a purpose. And if it's injured, it's like the problem with your body is that you rolled your ankle, not that it's not shaped the right way. And, I played softball. I mean, I looked good compared to most of the brutes I was playing with. So, maybe it worked out all in my benefit, but it's funny, now as I'm getting older and things don't quite look like they're supposed to, it's like, this is new for me. Like, wow, I don't look so good. Oh, crap.
Yeah.
And Sweden has not been good to the poundage in this family. Every one of us is quite a bit fatter.
You're all fattening up. It's all those meatballs at IKEA. Yeah. That's what'll do it to you.
Pastries, I'm guessing. But they make killer pastries out there.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, everything here is good. The bread, just the bread, and I put butter on everything now. I've never put butter on anything in my life, and now it's like, oh, there's just a stick of butter. I think I'll eat it.
Yeah.
It's a problem anyway. But it is also why everyone's so real in the gym, right? But it's an interesting thing for me to suddenly experience. I think there's people who experience it at the age of 7 or 8, where they are suddenly attuned to, that they don't feel quite right in their skin. Something's not quite right. For me, it's, wait a minute, I've never thought about this before and I've never had to care, and suddenly I don't quite feel like myself. And maybe there's an element here that's follow me here, a little weird, which is you just don't quite fit in your skin at that moment. And it may be about your body, but it's probably about something else.
Yeah, it seems to me like any of the things I look back on, like the too skinny period or the, I can't believe I'm 30 period or any of that stuff, it's almost always just tied to irrational sort of anxiety response, be it small or large or, mild or not. It's usually rooted in that. And maybe that's a great human motivator. Maybe that's what makes things move. Maybe if we all didn't have any of that, we'd just all sit around and not care about nothing. I don't know. But yeah, I suppose it can happen in extremes. And I don't know if this person that wrote in could be classified as somebody with a ton of anxiety that he's finding all these outlets for, or finding all these applications for that anxiety. I don't know if those are correlated, but I get a sense from that email that's maybe that's a part of this. He's just worried that he's missing, that something's wrong, that I got to fix it. Tomorrow I'm at the gym. I'm 100% better, but I'm not better. You know what I mean? Like, just this constant, like, oh, it's never good, it's never better, that's anxiety or a form of it. It isn't just being nervous about something. It's something more than that.
Yeah. And he mentioned medication, and maybe he's on something that's benefiting him, sort of maybe calming things down, and that could be helpful. The challenge too is that when we mess with our bodies, like we don't eat enough, or we binge and eat too much, or we exercise too intensely, or don't exercise at all, you really are messing with neurochemicals at the same time. So it's like the vicious cycle, right? And this is, the swinging diets that everybody does. It has impact. It's not just I'm depressed because I feel fat. You're also, chemically kind of messing with some things, and that can be problematic. But the solution is not the right diet and the right amount of exercise. The solution is that he kind of hit on it a little bit, which is some self-exploration. And he's not done. I mean, he's young, right? He's got a lot more to learn and a lot more to figure out and a lot more to experience. But what I can guess from this, because I think this is true for most people, is he's probably really, really mean to himself.
Yeah.
Whether he is doing anything physically to harm himself, or if he's just that voice in his head that is cruel. There is some pain inflicted but from himself to himself. And that's the frustrating thing. Have you ever sat by a real life model before?
Yeah, once.
Like a no, I don't think I have.
I have it at a I can't remember what the thing was, but it was
Was it a girl or was it a guy?
It was a girl.
Did you want to give her food, or were you like worried about her?
Yeah, it's funny you say that, because there's a difference between skinny because your metabolism's crazy and skinny because you're depriving yourself or some other method of staying skinny. And I could tell there was just like, I don't know, something with her skin or there was just something kind of sick. And not that she wasn't unattractive, but without the makeup, the lights, and the whatever, it was just different. And it made me go, oh, this isn't like on the magazine thing that she was on in Salt Lake Magazine or whatever. This is very different up close. And at the time, I didn't really think that too much about it, but it was kind of jarring a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like
I've had that same experience, and I'm like, we're going to the hospital.
Yeah.
You need an IV drip. Like, this is not okay.
It's like running into an actor who seems great on screen. Like, I remember seeing Scott Glenn, the old actor now, but he's been in millions of things. And in the 90s, early 90s, he came running. No, not E.T. You're thinking of Peter Coyote.
Oh,
again.
Peter Coyote. I always get those two confused. Scott Glenn was in
Right Stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Silverado. Blah blah blah. Recently in all kinds of stuff. Daredevil. He was Stick and all that. Anyway. He was running through the airport thinking everybody was trying to get an autograph, but nobody really cared. It was really weird. But anyway, me and my friend Bill saw him run. You remember Bill?
Yeah.
They just had a baby, by the way. Bill did.
Baby. He's too old. What's he doing having a baby
40,
now?
I know, 45 having a baby. It's crazy.
Oh my gosh, that makes me so tired just thinking about
First marriage and everything. But anyway,
okay, whatever.
Baby goes running by. Scott Glenn goes running by, and I remember thinking very distinctly, he's got a giant head. Like, his head is enormous. It's like this giant thing just on this spindly neck. And on the movies, you don't notice it. But in real life, he's got this huge head. And I started to notice that if you look at, like, publicity photos of people on, like, with crowds of people who are movie actors, they often have
midgets.
They're very small and they have giant heads. Yeah. And you realize, oh, well, that just films really well. You get more emotive things from a bigger head or something. And my point is that, I always make this joke that Jennifer Aniston has sour milk breath. It's really just a joke.
Is this really the first time you've heard that?
I've never told her before.
Wow.
So, but the reason I do it is I just have this feeling that she does, but also it's this metaphor for they're all just the same flesh and blood people we are, and they've got the flaws. They're just hiding them when you see them on TV or with all the makeup or the whatever. They're all there. Every single freaking one of them, it's there. I guarantee it. And for her, maybe it's milk breath. For him, it's a giant head. For Tom Cruise, it's the tooth right in the center of his head or whatever.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Yeah, it's really weird. I made a version of that where it said in little letters on his front tooth, it says Xenu down there. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like it's that definitely was a weird experience to sit next to that model and go, wow, this is not. The image does not match the person. It's like those makeup with and without makeup photos people are always putting up, and how shockingly different people can look.
Yeah, and the point of it is that when you bombard yourself with images of what you think is perfection, it's not real. Like, I would love everyone to spend one real day with someone famous, like just what they do, and you'd be like, seriously, ugh. That is not, either it's boring or exhausting or, it's just fantasy. And so the challenge with someone who, it's fine for people to read their trashy mags while they're getting their hair done or whatever floats your boat. But when you're valuing yourself less and less and despising yourself and you're cruel to yourself, and that's the food you eat, which is, let's look at perfection that's been airbrushed and is a certain thing, you don't get the reality check that you do when you sit next to a deathly ill skinny model who eats an apple a day or whatever. It isn't till you have that moment where you go, oh, okay, wait, what is this? And it's this strange thing we do as humans. I'm wondering if, like, Katie, there were paintings of some other cave family that seemed like they had it better, I don't know, like, it's some weird thing we do. But I would recommend for this guy to, if I'm assuming he's doing it, I'm assuming he's looking at porn, because I always assume that about everyone, and he's looking at perfect images of whatever he's trying to figure out about himself. Just tone it down and, like, go do something that makes you feel happy you have a strong body. There's a way to start to tackle some of those voices, and it is to use sort of your power and energy for good things. So fill your life with good things, because it's so easy. And he's at a really big transition point, right? I mean, he's just graduated high school. This is the hardest summer, in my opinion, right after you graduate high school, that there is. Unless you have some awesome thing planned, you're typically like, okay, I guess I'm going to college, and maybe, I don't know, it's a tricky time. So he's sort of double vulnerable right now. And it sounds like he's finding companionship and doing some good things. But this, if it's a hyper-focus thing, maybe talk to someone, get some perspective.
Yeah.
It's a tricky one.
Real quick, a tiny question before we go that may be related to this. Why does it seem like, and statistically there's some numbers online that bear this out, but why does it seem like suicides go up in the spring? What is it about spring that causes that?
It's not, you would think winter, right?
I would.
Yeah.
Or Sweden in the winter when you got no light or whatever. Like, what is the deal with that?
That's interesting. I didn't know that. I've always assumed it was after holidays.
Yeah, I looked that up, and it was like a lot of talk about how spring, and then some empirical evidence that it isn't really evidence, but I've got multiple people that I know who've all experienced a loss in their family sometime in the last few weeks, months maybe, that committed suicide.
Oh, wow.
It's just a strange time of year, I would think. You'd think it's like, the time of renewal, and the sun's out again, and it's warming up, and birds are chirping, and you'd think that would be, a better time. And maybe the stuff I'm reading is all bunk. I don't know. But
interesting, because I just read something, this had nothing to do with suicide, but they were talking about depression rates will, for those who are single, tend to go up in the spring. And part of that is like couples are out walking around holding hands, picking flowers. Like there's like more of a couple energy that comes out when the weather is nice, and can be pretty tough for people. But I didn't realize there was another. That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to find the stuff I found and send it to you, but I just thought it was weird. Also,
let me ask Brian. I told him to think, and he's been thinking this whole time, so let's not leave him hanging. So, Brian,
I'm sorry, I forgot the question.
Here's the question. Think back to the time when you were at your physical peak, and that now you'd give anything to have that body back. Right?
Oh, Wendy, that's right now. Right now,
Oh,
I'm at my physical peak. No, probably 1993, 1994. But
that was a good year.
I'm kind of in the same boat where as long as I'm healthy, I want to work to get the pounds off for sure, but it's less of a, oh my God, I suck because I can't get these pounds off. It's more like, all right, well, my blood pressure is normal. I'm not having a hard time getting upstairs and things like that. But it's kind of an acceptance, but knowing that I need to do something more, and I am doing something more.
Right, but you're not sort of ripping on yourself about it.
Not at all. No.
Good.
No.
So tell me about when you in 1993, 94.
Mm-hmm.
Did you appreciate it?
No.
Were you aware that was
No.
the
As
best?
a matter of fact, I was like, I've got this great metabolism. I can eat whatever I want. And then, then you hear the sound of screeching brakes, and 1996 came, and
Yeah. For me, it was like 2001 or 2, maybe. Suddenly things went brrr.
Yeah.
What the hell is this? Like, I'd never been able to put fat on my whole life. Like, that was part of the problem. I just couldn't gain weight. And suddenly I'm gaining weight like a madman.
Right.
And I didn't like that at all. Not a big
isn't
fan.
that
Yeah.
Interesting. So that's pretty normal lifespan development stuff.
Mm.
This guy's got a different story, and I think unfortunately, it's more common to find his story these days than the average person. Just like, can't gain enough weight. Oh, this metabolism's awesome. You're not hearing a lot of that self-talk anymore. And I think the increase in men has gone up quite a bit. So I'm not a dude. I don't know why. Maybe you guys could tell me why. Why is that so much more
I have no idea.
common for men?
I think it was always common. I just think people are talking about it more. Because I felt that way when I was younger. I mean, I felt like my body sucked, and what's the problem?
I think it's because men are more visual, right? It's we tend to find we look at the beauty of a woman first before thinking about my personality and stuff like that. Whereas I think women are more accepting of all of our flaws.
Yeah.
Everything wrong with men.
I mean, everybody's got that first impression problem, but I think men just repress that stuff. We don't talk about it. And I think people are talking more. So in some ways I see it as a positive move or a positive change, because it's like, whoa, why are men so worried about their appearance now? I think, well, maybe they're just talking about it now. Because I think they always did. I mean, imagine like our grandpa Ward. Remember him? Yeah. Like, imagine that guy ever given two rotten snake poops about how he looked, right?
Yeah, right.
He never cared, but maybe he did. And their generation just didn't say. I mean, that guy barely said anything as it was. Barely talked. World War II would come up and he would clam up like for months and never say a peep. In fact, as far as I know, he never talked about the war. So I don't know if it's generational, but my guess is when Ward was a spry young 17-year-old, he worried about how he might have looked to girls and didn't feel good about how he looked, and we just didn't ever know,
So we did this thing in our family the other day because we've all gotten a little fat. I thought, we're going to take this back. We're going to own this, right? So I told them this story. I was 17. I worked in this weird office. I had the weirdest jobs growing up. Anyway, this weird back office with 1,000 paper files. I mean, like those even exist anymore, And I had to call. I don't even know what I was doing. It was weird. Anyway, the boss's son was 10 and was such a turd, spoiled brat. And I'm back there working, and it's hot, and there's no air conditioning. And he comes back, and he lifts up his shirt. And he's a little fat kid. He lifts up his shirt, and he squeezes his belly into a perfect giant circle, and he just shakes it, and he goes, "Look at my donut. Look at my donut." And so I'm telling the kids this story, and they're laughing. I'm laughing. I'm like, "All right, everybody, get out your donuts." Yeah. So we showed each other our donuts. Yep. And all the kids thought it was super funny until it was my turn. And then I showed them my donut, and I think I scarred a few of them for life. But
I don't want to see Mom's donut.
Yeah, seriously, last thing you ever want to see is Mom's donut. But I'm like, but this is real, people. This is what real 40 looks like, okay? Memorize it.
Yeah. I'm sure they will. They'll have no trouble remembering, by the way.
No.
Do families who don't have the name Dunford also do the same thing, or is it just a Dunford thing?
Honestly. And all of us have a bit of a donut. There we are. I didn't ever make that connection.
That explains it all. Well, I hope this listener gets some help out of this, and kind of, I don't know, his is a complicated tale, but I think there are a lot of people that sort of fit into some version of what we've said today. So let us know. Keep us informed. Wendy, any causes to champion today?
Oh my gosh, people! Could we stop the war in Syria? Oh my!
That's a big cause. Wow.
Anything else you want to pimp?
Seriously, can I tell you this though? I mean, there's 4 separate groups fighting in one city, right? And they are destroying everyone and everything. And I swear, all my classmates are from that city, so their families are just—it's awful, awful. And I'm the only American they've ever met, and they're just like, why can't you just go in and bomb everybody? And I'm like, I'm not in charge. I don't know. So this is a plea, America. Could somebody go stop that? I don't know who. Just like 20 of you, get some drones, get it over with. I don't know. That's my cause.
It's a bad place. Some bad stuff.
Ugh.
Bad business.
So awful.
I know. I don't know why. I don't know why we don't make that a bigger deal here in the States, but we should.
It's pretty awful.
Well, on that happy note, Wendy Dunford on Instagram. You can follow her and see her rad pictures of Sweden, and you can also meet her at Nerdtacular coming up in just a number of weeks. So looking forward to that. Wendy, have a great week. Have fun and show everyone your donut.
I will.
Bye now. All right. Well, there you have it. There's Wendy.
You want to see my donut?
I really don't. It's going to do it for the show. I don't know what next week is yet. I am considering a Tuesday episode with Jury and I just doing a show for funsies. And then obviously some things will be on the feed when Brian and I chat while he's in Japan. We'll have a couple of conversations, record them, just kind of him on the ground stuff. Won't do live stuff, but we'll put that up on the podcast feed as well.
For sure.
Actually really looking forward to that.
Yeah, I am too. I think it's going to be fun.
That'll be really fun. But my wife is saying, you ought to take this opportunity and take some time off for once. And I'm thinking she might be right. So right now, put it in your heads that there will be content on the feed of some sort. Maybe an episode Tuesday with Justin and I, and then we'll play the rest by ear. Okay? All right. Do we have Carrie in the audience today?
Oh, no, I have not seen her in the chat room at all.
I haven't either. I'm going to add her and just see if she answers, and if she does, great. But I see it's showing she's away, and if she's not, that's fine. We'll catch up with her on a different one. But right. She's as busy a mom as I know.
Yes, exactly.
So I wouldn't be shocked if there was things going on, but we'll give it a try. And if not, we'll just head out of here. It's already a late show as it is.
Oh wow, it is.
And she's not answering. Yeah, I don't think we are this week. All right. Well, let's get out of here. Big thanks to everybody. We'll be back this evening with a TMS PM edition of the show. Me, Brian, app reviews. I got a good one.
Good, yeah, I do too.
A couple of good ones, but I got to pick one.
I'm not gonna do Fallout Shelter.
Oh yeah, I'm not either. We'll jointly tell people they should play that because it's great.
Yes.
I freaked out yesterday because I thought the devs put me in the game. There's a scene or a little room where you can be back on a microphone, like a radio room.
Oh yeah, right, the radio room. Sure.
And it's him saying something like, "If anyone's left out there, they'll hear me." And then the name of this guy was Scott Johnson on the screenshot. And I flipped out thinking, oh my gosh, someone at Bethesda knows who I am and they put me in the game. And then I found out, no, you can name your characters whoever you want.
Whatever you want.
Some listener did it. It was nice of them to do that, but
nice.
For half a second I got excited. I guess I'll just have to live with my item in WoW and just be happy with that.
Yes.
Anyway, frogpants.com/TMS. If you want to see the instance, that's tomorrow. I don't know who's on it. Patrick's going to be traveling, so probably me and Turfster and Dills. Who knows? So that'll be tomorrow at 10. Let's see. Email us, themorningstream@gmail.com, on Twitter, Morning Stream, Scott Johnson, Coverville. And always, we'll take your voicemails. Happy to do those, 801-471-0462. Bit of advice, keep those short. I'm getting like these 3 and 5 minute calls. We can't do those. Like 30 seconds, minute max, short, concise, fun, whatever. But don't make them too long because we can't play those.
Kidding. By the way, Cleo tweeted yesterday that one of the kids spilled Powerade all over her laptop. So,
oh gosh,
no tallywhacking.
No. Oh, that's awful.
It is awful.
By the way, the water I spilled on my control key seems to have had no effect. Everything's fine.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Everything's still in control.
Everything's in control. Brian, what's not in control is our love of music. Therefore, we have a song to play now. Tell me what
out
it is.
Out of control.
It is.
Land Guy, Gary Fisher in the chat room. Well, he's Land Guy, the Land Guy in the chat room. Wrote in, said, "Hey there, steak and brisket. 35 years ago on June 21st, 1980, I married a girl I met about 8 months before. The young and lovely Deborah. She had just turned 25 and I was about to turn 31. At our wedding reception, our first dance was to Billy Joel's Just the Way You Are. Brian, if you have a nice cover of that song, please play it. I try not to repeat myself on requests, but this is the only song for our anniversary. Enough said. Thanks, Gary Land Guy Fisher."
Nice.
Love the hobo. Yeah, we've played a cover before of Just the Way You Are for Gary, but we haven't played this one. This one I'm kind of excited for you to hear because it's
whenever you talk like this, I get nervous. Like I know it's going to be something crazy weird. I love these songs, whatever it is I'm in. So
well, it's Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Oh, all right.
Who
She was
David
great.
Harvey Dent.
Yeah. She was really good in October Sky. Really good in October Sky, and I liked her quite a bit in. I can't think of another movie with her brother in it. Anyway, she was good in Source Code. Really liked her in that.
I think she's lovely. And for the soundtrack of the film Happy Endings, she actually recorded, which I think is a scene in the movie, and they just put the whole song on the soundtrack.